Hi all, welcome to SEO Courage channel. In today's video, we will talk about XML sitemap best practices, the do's and don'ts to be considered while making your XML sitemap. Before starting this video, we request you to please subscribe to this channel for more SEO related videos in future. So now let's start this video. So we start with what is an XML sitemap. It's like a file that lists all your indexable website pages for which you want to rank, and Google and other search engine bots easily crawl your website if you have XML sitemap in your website. The other thing to consider here is like you should have XML sitemap at the root of your website, like you can see here, example.com sitemap.xml. You can also see here the XML sitemap code example, which includes several XML tags like URL set, which comes only once in the XML sitemap, URL, which comes based on the number of URLs you have in your website. Suppose you have 200 URLs, then you will have 200 URL tags in your XML sitemap. Location is the URL of the web page. Last modified date is like suppose you updated your content and it will change here, and these two are not considered by Google, like change frequency and priority, so you can avoid these two tags here. So now we will move to the best practices of XML sitemap, which will include the do's and don'ts which you should consider for your XML sitemap. Let's go there. So here I'm starting with the do's which you should consider while making your XML sitemap. The first one is all the URLs which are working should be added in your XML sitemap. It means the URLs which have 200 status code, only those should be added. The second thing to consider here is the canonical URLs should be added in the sitemap because these are the preferred URLs for which you want to rank. The third one is you should prefer to keep URLs from the single host. It means that if you have abc.com website, then all the URLs in the abc.com should be added in the sitemap, not from other host. The next best practice is to use the dynamic or automated XML sitemap, as in this case, if new URL comes or any URL gets deleted, then automatically URLs will be managed by the XML sitemap. No manual effort needed here. So the next best practice is to use your XML sitemap URL in the robots.txt file because it helps in better crawling of your website by the crawlers. We move on to the next best practice, which is submitting your XML sitemap once you create it in the Google Search Central as well as Bing Webmaster, and regularly you should do that every 15 days or 1 month whenever your pages get updated. The other thing to consider here is the maximum size of XML sitemap. It should have maximum 50,000 URLs, or the size should be 50 MB, not more than that. And in case if you have more than 50,000 URLs, then the next best practice is to use the sitemap index file, because you can have multiple sitemaps if you have more than 50,000 URLs, and you can keep all the XML sitemap URLs in your sitemap index file so that you can submit a single sitemap index file in the search consoles, and it's better for crawling and indexing of your website. So before moving to the don'ts of XML sitemap best practices, let's look into the actual XML sitemap, how it looks. It starts with URL set tag, and it has several other tags like URL, location, and last modified date. The number of URL tags depends on the pages in your website, and as you can see here, URL set closing tag is there at the end of this sitemap. And this is an example of automated XML sitemap. So now let's look into the don'ts of XML sitemap best practices. Before moving to that, I request you to please like this video. So the first best practice is not to include the broken URLs in your XML sitemap. Please add only the working URLs in the XML sitemap. The second best practice is not to include the URLs which redirected to other URLs. And the non-indexable URLs in your website or any internal or confidential page should not be added in XML sitemap, as you don't want to rank them. Also, you should not add any URL which has parameters, as this can lead to the content duplicacy issue. Also, don't consider any internal search result pages URL in the XML sitemap. So we move on to the next one, which is not to include any URL which has been blocked by robots.txt in the XML sitemap. For the next one, I told you earlier as well not to use priority and change frequency values in the XML sitemap, as these are not considered by Google as well. And the last one here is, if you have a website of less than 500 indexable pages, then you can avoid creating the XML sitemap, but your internal linking should be strong in this case for the better crawling of your web pages in the Google and other search engines like Bing. Hope you learned about XML sitemap and its best practices in this video. Please like and share this video with others. And if you have any suggestion or any query regarding XML sitemap, then please add in the comment section below. Please subscribe to this channel for more SEO updates in future. Have a good day.